What's going on, Team Caterpie? You're hanging with Hardy Tech, and welcome back to another edition of the Pokemon Countdown. Today we're going to be looking over the top 7 most annoying Pokemon, in my opinion, of course. These are Pokemon that I dread facing, I hate the idea of, and it just overall would probably not complain if they didn't exist in the games. Now I should point out, I'm going to be doing something a bit different today. Normally I pretty heavily script these videos, but I'm trying to go by a mindset of I gotta add more of my personality to these videos, so I'm actually really gonna be improvising most of this one. Like, I have the list complete, I have the 7 Pokemon down, and I'm just gonna make up what I say about them as we go. So this video could go really good or really horrible. Please let me know what you think though, because this is actually super duper important feedback. But with that said, I'm not going to waste any more time. You guys know how this works. Please tell me your list down in the comment section below. I want to know who you think is annoying. Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm stupid? Or do you like potatoes? I need to know this stuff. It's for a very important survey. It's true. It's not true. I just can't think of anything else to say. Let's get with number 7. So I'm actually grouping a lot of Pokemon here in number 7. And I don't exactly have a list of who they are. It's just more of a category. And it's baby Pokemon. I just can't understand why baby Pokemon exist. It doesn't make sense to me. I get, maybe it's just the competitive side of me coming out or what, but whenever I see things like Bonsly, Sigilyph, Cleffa, is Riolu a baby Pokemon? I actually don't know. I don't think Riolu is technically a baby Pokemon. It might be, but it just, oh my gosh, it annoys me so much because they are basically useless. They almost immediately evolve. It's like the move Bubble. It's there. We all might use it at some point, but in the end, does it really need to be there? Was anybody really happy the inclusion of the move Bubble? No, because even like, actually I think Bubble is actually the same as Water Gun now, which is a little disappointing because Water Gun is iconic. Hello, Water Gun's amazing, but no, we get Bubble. It's like, no, nobody's... Why are baby Pokemon a thing? You could have done such amazing things like give Sudowoodo an evolution, not like, he's a little baby tree. No, that's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Like, baby Pokemon just annoy me by their existence because they're almost completely useless, aside from the idea of being cute. Like, I think every Pokemon should have a purpose and be usable in some way, and baby Pokemon just aren't usable at all, and it's so annoying. Going on with number 6 is Miltank, and now I know a lot of people really find Miltank annoying because of the 2nd generation with Whitney's Miltank, how it just pretty much steamroll everybody. And I didn't play the second generation games when they first came out. I'm a 3rd gen baby, but I did play Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I honestly didn't have a lot of trouble in that game. But overall, I actually do find Miltank to just be really annoying in general. Like, it is a super fat cow with super fast speed. It doesn't make sense. It has bulk, it has good abilities, it has recovery, it has heal bell, it's powerful to a certain extent, and it's fast. It's unbelievably fast for a literal cow. I mean, I get the whole rollout thing, that's like an entire gimmick, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I always get annoyed facing them because most of the time I can't outspeed them. It's very difficult to one-hit KO a Miltank, and they can just recover off with Milk Drink, Seismic Toss to just whittle you down. There's nothing you can do about it. Heal Bell, just, oh my gosh, facing Miltanks is a huge pain that I just absolutely despise. Going on at number 5 is Wobbuffet, and this is quite fitting because a few days ago I actually posted a quick attack talking about Wobbuffet, which I'll let you click here and go see if you want to. But in the meantime, nobody likes facing Wobbuffet. I don't care who you are, when you see a Wobbuffet, especially if you're doing a Nuzlocke, you're gonna really hate it because Wobbuffet has the amazing ability of Shadow Tag, meaning unless you're a Ghost type in Generation 6 or later, you can't switch out. Like, there's nothing you can do. You're forced to stay in. Its main attacks are Counter and Mirror Coat, which double back the damage you do to it. So if you attack it directly and it predicts correctly, there's a very good chance you're gonna die because this thing is like 150 plus a HP stat. I think it's like 155. I'm probably wrong on that. It's just insane how bulky Wobbuffet is. It's so gimmicky. And in 3rd generation, fun fact, if you gave 2 Wobbuffets leftovers and had them face each other, it would be an endless battle because even when they got down to struggle, leftovers would be recovering more than they'd be doing themselves with struggle. So it would literally never end. It's definitely annoying. I'm very glad it's been banned from a lot of tournaments, and I will never ever see myself willingly using one. Moving on to number 4, I am actually putting 2 Pokemon together because I feel like they fill the same role, and that is Suicune and Milotic. Oh my god. Suicune and Milotic. Okay, Suicune is very popular in the competitive scene for a set known as Crocune, which is Calm Mind, Rest, Scald, and Sleep Talk. Basically, set up a bunch of Calm Minds, it would rest when it got low on HP, it'd use Sleep Talk to either attack you or set up even more Calm Minds, and there's just not very much you can do about it. And the same for the most part goes to Milotic, who more specializes in like using Recover and Dragon Tail and moves like that to just kind of phase you out and like nothing, you can't do anything about it. And Milotic benefits from it even more because its ability Marvel Scale, I believe, boosts its defense when it has a status problem, making it even more difficult to kill. Add in the fact that water only has two weaknesses, being electric and grass, and it can hit the grass types with Ice Beam. And so really your only opportunity to take these things down is electric types, and if you don't have a good electric type, you're in a very bad position. So they're incredibly annoying to face. I really despise facing them whenever I see them. I know it's going to be a really stally time facing them, and it makes me really dread the battle. Number 3 is actually 4 Pokemon put into one, and if you've ever played the first 3 generations of Pokemon, maybe first 4 generations of Pokemon, you're definitely going to agree with this. And it's Magikarp, Zubat, and Tentacool. Definitely more Magikarp and Zubat than Tentacool, but I also feel like it deserves to be on here. If you've ever gone in a cave, ever, in the first 4 generations of Pokemon, and sort of the 6th generation, 5th kind of skipped out on this thankfully, you know what it's like to encounter Zubat after Zubat after Zubat after Zubat. It is absolutely amazing. They freaking swarm onto you like gold diggers onto Donald Trump. It is insane how crazy it gets. And it's the same when you try to go fishing. They give you the old rod, which is like, woo, I can go fishing. Guess what? What are you going to get? Magikarp, and like a 5% chance at a Tentacool. And when you finally get the ability to surf, you're basically going to encounter nothing but Tentacools. It is insane how they couldn't add a bit more diversity to this, especially to the caves with Zubats. It is so mind-numbing just how common Zubats seem to be. And the worst thing is, Crobat and Golbat are actually really decent Pokemon in my opinion. Crobat's an amazing attacker, Golbat is pretty good at being bulky, and then there's Zubat, which just... Ugh, I hate using Zubat, I hate using Magikarp, I hate using Tentacool, and it bothers me so much that all of their evolutions are actually really good, but you have to get through their annoying pre-evolutions. Number 2 is a Pokemon I've despised ever since I first learned it existed. It is Sigilyph. I think Sigilyph is ugly. I think its design is absolutely horrible. One of the worst Pokemon designs we've ever had as far as designs go. And if that wasn't worse enough, it probably has the most gimmicky, stupid set to ever exist. With, if you've ever faced a Sigilyph in competitive battling before, you know where I'm going with this. Basically, Sigilyph has an ability that stops him from taking any damage that isn't direct. So if it gets toxic, burned, stealth rock, whatever, it doesn't take damage from those because it's not a direct attack. Which means it can hold a flame orb and burn itself, and then use a move called Psycho Shift to burn its opponent, making them burned. And you're still keeping the burn, so you can't get paralyzed, you can't get toxic, you can't be put to sleep, anything else. Then it uses Cosmic Power, which boosts its defense and its special defense. So it's just getting bulky, it carries Roost to recover HP, so you're just not going to be able to do much to this thing if you don't kill it really fast. And if it doesn't get better from there, it has a move called Stored Power, which gets stronger the more boost it has. So one Cosmic Power already gives you 2 boosts. You do that 4 times, you have 8 boosts, and Stored Power is going to destroy you. Once it gets set up, there's not very much you can do to stop it. It is an absolute terrifying monster unless you get a critical hit, because Leech Seeds won't work, you can't Toxic, you can't Stealth Rock. I guess you could attempt to roar it out if you can survive long enough to do that, because if it attacks first, you're screwed. The only saving grace here is the fact that dark types are immune to it, because Stored Power is a psychic type move. So if you have a dark type, it's not really too scary, but if you don't, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And the number 1 Pokemon is Weedle. And I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. Well, Hardy, you're captain of Team Caterpie. You have an entire channel branded around Caterpie. You talk about how much you love him. You just hate Weedle because he's like the counterpart to Caterpie, right? Actually, no, that's not why he's on this list. Weedle is on this list because whenever I play through the first generation of games, you have to go through a little place known as the Viridian Forest. Very early in the game, your Pokemon are not super strong yet, they're still low level, and Weedles have one certain move known as Poison Sting. Poison Sting, which despite what the text says, I'm convinced has a roughly 80 to 90% chance to poison you. Because it's so weak, it kind of balances out there. You're going to get poisoned a lot, and if you don't bring antidotes with you, you're going to have to constantly run back to the Pokemon Center, hope you can make it back to the Pokemon Center before your Pokemon faint, and if you're in a Nuzlocke, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So, Weedles have caused me so much anxiety, poisoning my Pokemon very early in the games, that honestly, I find that the most annoying of all. Guys, that's going to do it for our list here of my top 7 most annoying Pokemon. I'd love to know, who do you consider annoying? Do you agree with my list? And what did you think of my improvised style? I think it came pretty well. I'm definitely going to be a lot less editing, because when I script these, I constantly make mistakes and I have a lot of jump cuts because I'm like reading the script and trying to memorize things. While with this, I just ramble, and sometimes I think that's one of my better suits. I don't think it'll work well in my Pokemon Anthology series because I have to go with a lot more facts there, but I might keep doing these for Pokemon Countdown if you guys like them. So let me know down in the comments below, but I will see you guys next time with another top number, because I'm going to shift them around a lot because I do what I want to do. You can't control me, alright? But what I can tell you, and I can try to control you to do, is check over here. So there's some more videos you can go check out, including that quick attack I mentioned earlier where we take a look at Wobbuffet, as well as our most recent big video before that, which was a hack review of Pokemon Advanced Adventures, which I'm very proud of. So if you guys can go check that out if you haven't seen it already, please do. I put a lot of work into it, and I think it's one of the better videos I've done since I started these new videos. So I'm going to leave those with you, but for now, I'm going to go get annoyed by Weedles. Bye!